Matters of the heart, the heart. I could never stand for what I believe in because I have had no one around me that believes the same or that was as committed as I. And then I found someone and I felt so freed and I felt so empowered. But until with that person, I bumped into a deeper level and it touched their protection mechanisms and they decided to unconsciously shut down, and I felt that the conversation wasn't from truth anymore or wasn't getting to the truth, and so I was alone again and wondering and feeling like a ball in a flipper kast. I don't know what the English word is, but between all the different stories, and then even one of the persons that was so true with me in truthness that I lost at some point as well in depth of a touching of a protected identity or protected pain. She said, we have different truths. Everyone has their own truth. And so I was how do you say it? My mouth was shut down again and I was alone again, and still that voice inside of me was like, there is one universal truth, that if we both are there, we are really looking with open, freed eyes and open arms towards each other. And I'm not saying that I use the words right now that is that, but I know that I'm open to get there. And if we never turn away from each other, but if we both feel that spot in ourselves anchored, then we will get there. But the only thing that I hear always is, Kim, you always need to be right. Kim, you need to respect people in their own truth. Kim, there are different truths. And so I was alone again. But I found one that speaks the same words that I've always been speaking. And that is God. His word is even, it evolves even more words that I'm like, yes, that. So, to me, that confession makes me so happy. Because that means that what I've always believed in to be true, which is our absolute possibility, our absolute identity, which is so much love and true and freedom and togetherness, and that we can get through everything as long as we don't turn away, and as long as we don't stay in a false identity, as long as we are able to stay until we experience that universal truth. Because we all are that in our core. Another truth that I'd always believed in, which is also the same as God, word. There's no truth that I've truly believed in that I did not found in God's words. And that is that in our core, we all are good. And we don't need rules to follow to make something happen or work or to be good or to be clean or to be light, because we are light. We need to undo ourselves from all the false things, if there's one thing that we should do. In our core, we are all good. And if we embody our core, we automatically are good for ourselves and good for each other. All the behavior in which we hurt ourselves or hurt another, in which we shorten ourselves or shorten another, in which we take too much from ourselves or take too much from another, that literally all falls away when we embody who we are at our core. I've always believed this, and I read it in God's words, and like, yes, that. So I gonna make a list of all the things that I've always believed in. The list that when I could not handle any explosion anymore, when I could not handle any pain or any tear anymore as a result of false accusations, false identities, protection mechanisms, codependencies. When my limit was reached, when the pain exploded literally everything inside of me, the truths that I've always felt in my body, that I've always heard in my heart, that at that moment I was like, now I should make sure I'm going to embody them. I will make a list of those truths. And I found my companion. I found the one that says exactly the same and even more wonderful things, which is God. So in another sense, he has always been spoken through me with that. And I think I have experienced so many conditions of the human being. I have been identifying with them. I have lost myself in them. I have felt the truth. I have felt the rubbing with the true truth. I have felt the pain. I have felt the limitations. I have felt the roughness. I have constantly felt the identity in it. I have felt the truth from that perspective. And I have felt how it rubbed with the true truth that I've always felt as well. And that true truth, that list, is an incredible embodiment of freedom, of who you are at your core. And you cannot express this from a false identity, because then it will be conditioned, and it will be to gain something or to get something or to prove something or to show something, which is not the true truth identity. That level of being and freeing of being and love, like literally unconditional love, there's no judging, there's no good or wrong, there's no shame, there's no blame. There's pure enjoyment, and so incredible much enjoyment of enjoying this incredible, gorgeous life that we are here to experience, that we are here to enjoy through all our senses in the way that we as a human can only do. How we can taste, how we can feel, how we can smell, how we can hear, how we can touch, how we can connect, how we can get lost, how we can have all those feelings that you can literally explode because of gorgeousness. And that we can literally explode because of pain. All those experiences. In the truth of our existence, there are no labels. And when the labels are gone, all the behaviors that are born out of labels, or to keep a certain label up high, to keep a certain standard, or to protect something, a shame or a blame, and it's all the seed of all of that is some deep and hidden fear, shame, blame. And when an embodiment of that true, incredible, there's not even a word that can grasp the depth and the penetration possibility of this love, when that gets to the parts of you that are locked, blocked, hidden, frozen in blame and shame, and on top of that, to protect that, there's more blame and shame to the outside world, and there's protection, and there's hardening, and there's numbing, and all the numbing. We have no idea how much numbing we have inside of us. So the only way to know if you embody the true truth of your existence is how truly free are you with all the parts in yourself? Are you able to take any kind of step, no step excluded, and with any person around you, no person excluded, in full freedom, in full judge freedom, in full loving, embracing, expanding, congratulating together, supporting each other, like pure love, expansiveness. Every kind of step that you would take. Every step with every person on this planet. Every step that you take, or every person on the planet, if there is a step or a person in which you cannot embody, be completely, totally free, any kind of relationship, also with food or with whatever product, if the true truth of the identity is not able to flow in that you are able to embody that, then there is something inside of you that is not fully allowing the true identity to be. So something is locked. And with only acknowledging that, and then knowing that there are parts in you that if you are connected to the pain or shame or blame inside of that, that's great. Write about it. Give it to the source and give it to the name of the source that you feel good with. Up until the point that any name is good, because that is the true truth of identity. And hand it over in that bathtub of love. Hand it over and allow and try to truly hand it over and over and over. And ask the love to enter those parts. Ask the judge freedom to love those parts, because it's judgment that sets things fixed. And allow yourself to experience this bit by bit, layer by layer. And it goes as slow and fast as it goes. And it falls and grows with the consistency of knowing what is false identity, knowing what is true identity, and flippercast yourself between them. Constantly knowing when you are aligned with the true identity or when you're not. Layer by layer, not by blaming, but by confessing and by opening up to more confessing, by wanting to have that filtered out. And why would you want that? Why would you want to go for this? Because at some levels you desire togetherness. You desire to be truly free. You desire to embrace life and not to be in the dark or alone or depressed or need some kind of formula or medicine or scripture. Scripture is not the right word, I guess, but to maybe keep your head above water. It's all in your own embodiment, which is amazing because you have total capacity in you to change that. And it's all about the love that is able or to not able to enter, the judge-free, truly everything all loving love that is able or not able to enter all parts of you. And when it is not able to enter all parts of you, then those parts are locked off because they are hidden in blame, in shame, in fear, in guilt, in all kind of labels. And those parts create behaviors that are codependent, that are destructive to yourself, destructive to others in whatever ways society has or has not accepted. But it all comes from those same locked off parts. And when layer by layer, the love that really is in everything, underneath everything, around everything, so ready to touch everything, then that dissolves everything untrue. Every temporary truth, every conditioned truth, every truth that only exists between certain walls,